Hey guys, it's YT42 and welcome back to welcome to episode 2 of Knuckles Chaotix. Now we're at sunset with my favourite hub world theme, Evening Star. It especially goes well with Vector's walking animation. Seriously, I love this hub world theme. Anyway, now we're playing as Charmy B, and he can fly. He can straight up fly. No limited flight. He can't even, he doesn't have a spin dash or anything. Because he can fly. And he can gain speed pretty easily. You know, it's not like limited flight, like Tails. He can fly for as long as he wants. Like, I suppose Tails and SA2 Chow Garden, I guess. Anyway, so now we're getting SBO out. And God, I love Evening Star. It's a really good song. So, yeah. SBO, I mean, Charmy is sort of the best character to play as. And now we are going to Techno Tower. Technically the 4th stage. Well, there is no stage order. That's a little oversight of this game as a whole. It's pretty easy, like it's really easy. That's because developers didn't know which stage you were going to get first, so they made them all easy. So, yeah. And Eat Hard Out Sonic Mania. The rings coming towards the screen was done by Knuckles Chaotix 2 first. Yeah, Knuckles Chaotix had a lot of things that'll be reused in Mania. Like the freaking gorgeous sprites. And the enemies in this game, they're so like unoriginal, they're so easy to defeat. Techno Tower is an extremely vertical stage. Well, all the stages in this game are really vertical based. Which, you know, okay. So now we got Big Charmy and Shield, of course. If I can get up there, there we go. I'm wondering how long ago I recorded this. I think it was May, and it's almost July. Oh, look at that! 49 rings. Of course. I was freaking out during that as well. I was like, ah, god damn it! Okay, so, anyway. Yeah, I believe I recorded this, like, beginning of May or something. And it's the 28th of June that I'm recording this. Oh yes, Evening Star is still playing, so we get to see it with Vector's walking animation. Vector has a kick-ass walking animation, just gonna say that right up. And, I like his slim design in this game instead of being super buff. Oops, burped. My bad. Just look at him, he's jamming out to those headphones. And one cool thing, in his ball, in his, his ball animation, he, just sort of, he doesn't, you know, curl up completely. He just goes around in a circle, which looks pretty cool. Anyway, it is, I don't know if it's easier to play with multiplayer, I assume it is, because I've never played it in multiplayer, this game in multiplayer. And Vector has like a little shoulder charge which you can do in all 8 directions, pretty much acting as a double jump. Sort of like Hypersonic and Sonic 3 and Knuckles can sort of do a double jump in any direction. So anyway, we are going to pick Charmy as the last character. And here he comes. Oh boy! Unfortunately, I never picked Vector when I was Mighty. Wait. God, this song fits so well with Vector's walking animation. Seriously, I love it. He's sort of like, he's got his Walkman on his hip, and yes, back to Speed Slider. Freaking love this stage. And the music. God, this music's great. I'm gonna take a swig of water real quick. So anyway, yeah, Vector can climb walls with the shoulder charge, and I love his running animation too. I just love Vector in this game. He's really good. Vector and Charmy are really good in this game. I love playing as them. Knuckles is probably my least favorite character to play as, aside from Heavy and Bomb, which I'll show soon. And Vector can build up speed really quickly, which is sort of a pain to do in Knuckles Chaotix. So, without using the hold mechanic, which I never use. And I never really use the mechanic where you can pick up your partner. Like, you can do it, but there's no real point. And bonus stage. Every time I go into a bonus stage, it's by accident. Sometimes they're just in plain sight. And, I always try to go for the exit sign. Like, I'm wasting rings that I need to have for the special stage. I don't even know what half the things do in the bonus stage. Because I hate playing in it. It sort of reminds me of Sonic Advance special stage. Well, I played this before playing Sonic Advance. And what's that? Slowdown. My bad. Kega Fusion. You are a great emulator. But, slow down. Yes. Obviously how the game developers intended this game to go. Now, as I said, team mechanic, it's not so bad, but it can be a real pain. I guess, Advance 3 sort of took from this, game with the whole partner system. Scenario always get a partner, except you don't get certain team actions with it, so yeah. So a little bit of trivia, in the stage select, there's a hidden code you can do to get stage select in the title screen. I don't know what it is, but if you do it, then and you go to the playable characters, what it lets you do is basically, display any stage, any act, with any character, any partner, and any time of day. By the way, Speed Slider Sunset looks gorgeous. Look at it. Seriously, look at that background. It's amazing. Anyway, so the order of the characters in the character list goes with, it starts with Mighty, all characters, and frickin' bonus stage, and then it changes to, I don't even know what that did, by the way. Anyway, no, it starts with Mighty, then it has this character with like tons of asterisks, and if you play as that character, it doesn't know which palette to load, or which sprites to load, so it loads a white Knuckles, which the fans call Weknia, because of course they did. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Now, what else? Yeah, so, and then the rest of the characters, just Espio, Charmy, Vector, Heavy, Bomb, as per normal. Now, the character, I'm just gonna call him, Asterisk. I'm just gonna call him Asterisk. He's, if you somehow get the game to load the character without it crashing, he will play like, he will be able to jump, and you can spin dash and all that. But however, if you jump while in midair, he will have flight similar to Tails does in their traditional Tails flight. So, and because Mighty's first as well, Mighty's pretty much just Sonic. It's widely believed that, I don't know if it's like straight up confirmed, but widely believed anyway, that first two slots, Sonic and Tails, because Sonic and Tails aren't in this game as playable characters. We'll see them eventually. They're not in here as playable characters. But Mighty is basically just a recolor of Sonic, and I'm guessing Sonic was going to be able to do that wall jump thing, which would have been pretty cool. Anyway, yeah, it's pretty decent. You know, his flight ability, it's exactly like Tails, as you'd expect. But yeah, this all comes from a little prototype called Sonic Crackers. Now, Sonic Crackers was a, or Sonic Stadium, sometimes it's called. Anyway, Sonic Crackers was basically a sort of prototype for this game. You can find a ROM for it online. It's not that hard to find. It's the only two playable characters are Sonic and Tails. No sound effects. Has music from this game. And they're tethered by the ring. And it's obviously not finished because you know, the arms stretch out like off their bodies when the tether gets pretty far apart. You know, stuff like that. And yeah. So not only was it was just in some random stage, and the physics are all out of whack, you know, as much as they are in this game. There's even more in that case. And you know, after 3 minutes, the stage would end, and you would be taken to this sort of like overhead hub world thing, and you just sort of walk around. You know, it was a demo, so there was a prototypes of this, I suppose, the physics idea. Obviously nothing came of it, but you know, it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too bad at all. You know, there was no collision with the overhead thing, but like, it never got transferred into anything in this game. There's no overhead sort of map thing in this game. So yeah. Now, there's a little Easter egg that I don't show off at the end of the game. You know, after I beat it, you know, I'll usually show stuff off. I don't show off the little Easter egg in the color test and sound test, where if you input a certain color in the color test, yes, there's a color test, as weird as that sounds, obviously to show off the 32X. Then you can get Amy to appear on the sound test, and she'll say like "cool, sweet, and catchy" while she dances to the music that you play. It's pretty nice. And this is classic Amy, by the way. You know, much prefer her design over the new one. Oh, they're both fine, I suppose. But yeah. So with that, pretty much every classic Sonic character you can think of appears in this game. You got Knuckles and the Chaotix, Heavy and Bomb, Sonic, Tails, Amy, Metal Sonic, Robotnik. Anyways, so now, speaking of Heavy and Bomb, for the next 2 levels I'm going to show them off. They're considered the joke characters of this game. As you notice, there's a lot more of them than there are of the actual characters in the Combi Catcher. And so they're both robots that were designed to hinder Knuckles and his friends by Robotnik. Sorry, just yawned there, didn't mean to. Now off to my least favourite stage. Amazing Arena. I'll get to that, I'll get to why in a second. But, they're considered joke characters, and they were designed by Robotnik to slow, or to be, a pain to Knuckles and his friends. You know, they, so, although apparently some manuals say that they're working for Robotnik, and some say that they defected against Robotnik and actually do want to help the Chaotix. But anyway, so the thing with Heavy is that he's really heavy and he's slow and he can hardly jump. This thing. Now, you can't actually play as these characters normally in single player, but you can play as them in multiplayer. Or if you get a Switch item, which lets you switch characters, you can play as them. So Heavy, you know, as I just said, he's really heavy and slow, he can barely jump. But he's actually pretty useful if you pair him with Charmy. Because he's basically a wrecking ball while Charmy flies around the stage. And unfortunately, Heavy got the shield there. He doesn't need it at all. Now, Heavy's not too bad, honestly. He's Like, you know, you think, ugh, when you pick him, but he's not too bad, he's just slow, and that's it. Now, Bomb, on the other hand, is a real pain, in my opinion, because, each time, he plays like a normal character. By the way, neither of them can spin dash. He plays like a normal character. Yeah, just sort of, you know, just walks around. Can jump normally, run normally. However, when he gets hit, not you, when he gets hit, he explodes, and that explosion damages you. Which, you know, makes you lose rings, which you need for special stages, and it's a pain. Anyway, so yeah, you're not going to see me want to play as them much, although I believe there are some times when I accidentally do play as them. Now, Amazing Arena's gimmick, okay, so not only is it a freaking long-ass level, and it's also sort of a maze, it's also got these clocks, so you notice when we went into the level, it was all sort of dark and gloomy, and just sort of, you know, lights weren't turned on. And, yeah, if you get to a certain point and you find a clock, and you press a button near the clock, then the lights will turn on, and, you know, big whoop, what's the deal with that? That means that, well, if you beat the level without the light turns on, so the lights are turned off, then you will, fail the level. It says mission failed, and then, or fission mailed, I suppose. And, you'll be kicked out of the level, and you won't have, advanced to the next act. Which is a real pain, especially in Zone 3, or Act 3, or Level 3, or whatever this game likes to call it. It's level, but anyway. Because in the third one, there's only one clock around the place. And this doesn't mean I like the level, because the level's pain. So here I'm playing as Heavy, and, you know, because I got the switch thing. He's invincible, but look at his jump. And look how slow he is. And, Heavy and Bomb can't scale walls, can't hold onto walls, can't fly or anything. But Bomb can explode, yep, he sure can, and it's a pain. So anyway, now I'm Knuckles again, thank god. Anyway, yeah, we're still in Amazing Arena, by the way. There's 5 levels of this. And, like, like, every level looks gorgeous in this game, like, look at the color palette. But, you know, it's not a fun level to traverse. Like any of the 5 acts. I suppose you gotta do them eventually, though. So these tube things which you can go through. There's platforms that you ride around the place that lead to dead ends, so you can take the platform back and everything, and, the stage still isn't over. And this game is supposedly some sort of thing where the robots are all powered by these, Oh, by the way, this is just like a little mini-boss, you just gotta outlast him. Or, as Charmy, you can destroy him. I think you can throw, your partner into him, but I didn't think of that while recording. Yeah, you just sort of have to outlast this thing. It goes away eventually. And no, I want my rings. All 128 of them. And I get hit here, so no special stage for me. Anyway, yeah, this level's just not fun to traverse. And there's 5 acts of it. Like, seriously. Time up! So yeah, if you take a certain pathway through Amazing Arena, you'll have to fight this thing, or outlast it. So, yeah, I've only ever killed that thing with Charmy. Because, you know, I completely forget about the partner throwing mechanic. So, yeah. Up we go. And, you know, you're sort of encouraged to explore around Knuckles Chaotix, because there's a bunch of different pathways, and there's, you know, a bunch of, different, things to find around them, and look at that! Level 1 of Amazing Arena was 4.5 minutes long. God. And I get a crap time bonus for that. It's almost like the level's ridiculous. And, I don't know if I already said this, but no lives. Actually, I did already say that, but anyway. No lives. Don't need to worry about game overs and all that sort of jazz. I don't know why I spin dash multiple times there, because you can just spin dash once and you'll get the full velocity, which isn't very good. Spin dash, again, extremely useless. Alright, now time to play as Mighty. You'd think that I play as Mighty a bunch in this game, because it's his last appearance, last playable appearance, but no, I give all the characters fair treatment except Heavy and Bomb, because screw that noise. Speaking of Bomb, here we go. He is, well, he's not that bad, it's just if you get hit, if he gets hit, which isn't that easy to do, by the way, getting hit. You explode. Well, he explodes, and gets you hurt, which ruins his chances to special stage. Now, will we go to the 5th stage yet that I haven't tried? Nope, back to Botanic Base. Botanic Base. I do like Botanic Base music though. And right now it's during daytime, I believe? I think it's daytime. Or is it morning? I think there's early morning and daytime, evening and night. I believe. The difference between morning and daytime is... So you know how, like, in real life, imagine that. Like in the morning... I don't know, it's really hard to explain, especially when you try to look for it. But in the morning, in real life, it's all sort of just like, everything is pretty normal. It's got sort of a bluish tone to everything. Like very, very, very hard to see blue. And when you're not paying attention, you just see like a bluish tone. Like I'm looking outside right now. You know, it's pretty sunny, but you know, bluish overtone. Undertone, whatever. But then think about the afternoon. Think about like after midday or something. Everything looks, you know, it looks like it's a bit orangish. Like think of like the animes, like Pokemon anime, I suppose, as an example. Like if it's the afternoon, everything looks freaking orange. But then if you know that, and then you look out in the real world and you try to look for it, there is no orange. Well, like it's there, but you can't see it. It's really hard to explain. I'm sure some of you felt that, you've seen it. So yeah, that's the difference between the levels and Lux Chaotix. And then morning just sort of has a really bluish, greyish tone. Anyway, Botanic Base looks gorgeous. Look at these waterfalls. Botanic Base, I believe, is, you know what? Yeah, it might be my second favorite level. Do love how it looks. Although it's pretty standard, like in terms of level variety, it's pretty normal. Also, I don't know this, but I've never tried it exactly. But if you are Bomb and you get a growth capsule, I don't know if that makes your explosion bigger when you get hurt. Like, I'm not sure. And here's me having trouble with the party mechanic. It's sort of like Sonic 1, where just forget the spin dash because it may as well not be there. Look at that. Look at that. Yeah, those enemies are the only real ones that are a pain. They grab you and then you can't get out unless your partner destroys them. But of course, Bomb. Much easier in multiplayer, obviously. I do sort of wish that Heavy and Bomb would return. You know what? I wish for a bunch of Sonic characters to return. You know, I wish for of course Mighty and Ray. And oh, look at that, end of the part. Anyway, so yeah, I'll say it next part, or next episode. Part. I said that a long time. Anyway, hey guys, it's been YT42, and I'll see you guys next time.